They wanted you broken. They wanted you poor. They wanted you dependent. Instead, Trump just dropped an economic bomb so massive even his critics cannot ignore it. Well, the establishment hoped that we'd tear ourselves apart over the Epstein files. Trump has been steamrolling ahead with the biggest industrial revival since World War II. Billions pouring in from everywhere. Dead factories coming alive. Foreign leaders with checks. Coke adding sugar again. Whoa. Of course, the media screaming about egg prices while we're collecting $100 billion in tariffs. Yet, we're still mad at the cover-ups. But Trump is not hiding in the shadows. He's in Pittsburgh announcing 92 billion reasons why America is back, baby. They thought internal drama would derail the Trump economy. They're dead wrong. Prosperity offensive has begun, so brace yourself. While Trump rebuilds America's economic foundation, your body's foundation needs rebuilding as well. Collagen production crashes after 40, taking your skin's firmness and joint health with it. But just like we are reviving dead power plants, you can revive your skin with ageless multi-collagen. 5 types of collagen from 4 clean sources, perfectly absorbed to restore what time has stolen. No GMOs, no junk, just pure rejuvenation that works. Every order feeds hungry children through nokidhungry.org. Visit healthwithgary.com for 51% off, free shipping, and a free skin guide. Because while Trump makes America young, again, economically, you deserve to look and feel younger too. I mean, look at me. Look at how beautiful I am. Why? Go to healthwithgary.com and find out. All right, so this just in. Make American Coke as good, if not better than Mexican Coke again. President Trump posting this on Truth Social. I've been speaking to Coca-Cola about using real cane sugar in Coke in the United States, and they have agreed to do so. I'd like to thank all of those in authority at Coca-Cola. This will be a very good move by them. You'll see it's just better. Now, President Trump, make the next call. Let's get the cocaine back in Coca-Cola. All right? Let's really, take it up a notch. Can we do that? Not going to happen. We are so back, baby. Make Mexican Coke American again. Real cane sugar is back. Oh, and speaking of back, $10 billion worth of savings. Thank you to the DOGE boys. Haven't heard from the DOGE boys in a while. Kind of miss it since Elon has been on the outs. But we know DOGE is still working behind the scenes. Let's check in with the Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, who is making a big announcement.
Claims the top. All right, we're here in my office, and I'm pleased to announce that the Secretary of the Air Force, Troy Mink, working with DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, has secured more than $10 billion in savings. They're cutting waste and working with vendors to reduce contract spending. So I want to commend you, Mr. Secretary, and the entire Air Force team for being relentless in rooting out excess. The Air Force can now the top 2 spots on the DOGE savings podium. I don't know where this podium is. I'm told it's somewhere maybe in the basement of the Pentagon, but we're going to dust it off, and the Air Force claims the top 2 spots, symbolizing their commitment to leadership and to you, the taxpayer. So thank you to the Secretary for being an example of stewardship, and we appreciate your dedication to President Trump's mission of peace through strength. Outstanding work, and appreciate all you're doing.
Well, thank you, Secretary Hegseth. As you said, efficient use of taxpayer dollars is critical to national security and maintaining our lethality. Over the past 6 months, we've looked at 500 contracts, 50 business systems, realizing more than $10 billion of savings. And as I said, with the modernization going on, which is the largest in the history of the Air Force, every last dollar is going to be necessary to bring that lethality and peace through strength. Thank you for the team. Thank you, sir, for supporting the Department of the Air Force, and look forward to working for you.
Great work. Let me see that card. 50 50 business systems.
50.
That gives you a sense of what we're up against here. I mean, 500 contracts is probably just the beginning.
Yeah, part of it was actually shrinking down the number of business systems to try to streamline things a little bit.
I mean, and you've got huge platforms America's going to rely upon. I mean, the F-47, you name it, the Air Force is involved in it. This is huge. This is part of what we were sent here to do. Find those dollars to put them toward the president's mission to keep the country safe. So I appreciate you leading the way. A lot of hard work here, and thank you to DOGE also for making it happen.
Thank you, DOGE. Thank you, DOGE. Thank you, DOGE. National Economic Council advisor, our director Kevin Hassid on the tariffs. New activity. Even new requests. Oh, yes.
Good idea to. They are coming, and you just saw one with Indonesia. And the bottom line is the president has given a very strict deadline with these letters for people to come in and finish the negotiations. So anybody who thought that it might be a good idea to drag their feet a little bit longer to hold out for a little bit more or less of a concession in the United States, they now know that they got to put up or face the consequences of doing what it says in the letter. And so we've seen a flurry of new activity, even requests from new countries since the letter started to go out. And so we've got Indonesia out, and there's going to be a whole bunch more very, very soon. They are coming.
Let's go, baby. Keep it coming. Okay, rapid response 47, 11 hours ago in the Oval Office, Crown Prince and Prime Minister of Bahrain. What? Holy cow, $17 billion? Check this out.
They don't have to. We're very happy to be announcing $17 billion worth of deals that are coming to the United States, and this is real. This isn't.
It's real money.
These aren't fake deals. These are real deals.
They don't have to borrow the money.
We don't have to borrow it. It's coming in, and it only builds upon a legacy that we're very proud of. We have had a relationship in the civil side between our two countries since 1893, and normally since 1948. So. May it long continue, and we look forward to many, many more years of productive partnership. Thank you, Mr. President.
We will have
you
that.
honor us. We're very happy to be.
$17 billion, man. The cash is flowing. Here's President Trump on tariff revenues. We've already brought in over $100 billion. $100 billion, baby, with a B.
Already we've brought.
Specifically, how much revenue do you think we can consistently bring in from these tariffs, and how big of a game changer is this, not only for the economy, but also fiscal responsibility?
Well, we're going to be bringing in, already we've brought in over $100 billion. We'll be bringing in hundreds of billions of dollars. And the tariffs really haven't kicked in that much other than automobiles and steel. August 1st is a big day. August 1st is when very substantial money comes into our country. We've made deals with a lot of great places, but we had one yesterday, that was announced. We have another one coming up, maybe with India. I don't know. We're in negotiation. When I send out a letter, that's a deal. In other words, that's a deal. They don't want to ever say that. Oh, how many deals have you made? The best deal we can make is to send out a letter. And the letter says that you'll pay 30%, 35%, 25%, 20%, in one case 50%, Brazil. And because what they're doing to their former president is disgraceful. I know the former president, he fought like hell for the people of Brazil, that I can tell you. And I believe he's an honest man. I think what they're doing to him is terrible. So, we have some pretty good deals to announce, but every time we send out a letter, that's a deal. The big one really is going to be on the 150 countries that we're really not negotiating with, and they're smaller. We don't do much business with them. Because you have a lot of countries, you have over 200 countries, and a lot of people don't know this, but we'll have well over 150 countries that we're just going to send a notice of payment out, and the notice of payment is going to say what the tariff, and it's all going to be the same for everyone, for that group. They don't, they're not big countries, and they don't do that much business. It's not like the ones that we've agreed with, like China, like Japan, where we're negotiating with them, but I think probably we'll live by the letter with Japan. We're very close to a deal with India where they open it up. Indonesia yesterday it wasn't an open country, now it is. And they have tremendous copper, quality copper, and probably the most copper. And we made a deal with Indonesia. We pay no tariff, zero, and we have total access to trade. That's a phenomenal deal for our companies. And we've agreed with them, as you know, on 19%. They pay 19%. And it's a good deal for them, and it's a good deal for us in that case. But we have a number of them coming up. But overall, we're doing well, and we're taking in a lot of money. A lot of money.
Specifically, how
Trump knows how to get the money. I'm loving it. Uh-oh. Right on cue. CNN panel cannot come to grips with reality. They're all saying egg prices are up under Trump, but only if you use year-over-year data. To be clear, Scott Jennings rightfully pointed out that Trump has kept true to his promise to bring egg prices down. Make eggs great again.
It's not the ones that this data is, one way or another. I should be clear.
I think it's a mistake to do this cherry picking. I mean, men's suits, men's underwear, boys' shoes, girls' shoes, women's outerwear, bananas, tomatoes, tea, outdoor equipment. I mean, I could go down. These things were falling. These things are falling. Gas prices are at a 4-year low. I think
but also, I mean, the top line number is an increase in inflation that actual economists, not the ones that play one on TV, say is due to tariffs. So in addition to what you're saying, obviously not all prices are going up, but they're going up enough that it's showing up in the numbers.
Look, here's my view. The core CPI forecast was 3%. It came in at 2.9. For the 5 months of Trump's administration, inflation has matched or beat expectations. The economy is booming with new investments. There's a lot to be proud of in what they have accomplished. Locking in the permanency of the tax cuts is a good thing. And so the Republican White House view of this right now is to be bullish on America. And when you look at the people who are investing in this country, massive companies, massive investments, it's outrageous what he's been able to generate so far. So I do think the panic over this report today is unwarranted, but I do think data is worth watching every month.
But it's not.
But it seems like a lot of panic for no reason. You're getting matched reports every month.
It's not panic when we were promised on August 15th of last year that the price of eggs, that the price of bacon, and the price of apple.
69%.
Actually, eggs year over year are up by 20. Are up 27%.
They're down.
I'm sorry.
Since he took office, they're down.
But if year over year.
He promised when he took office they would go down.
Hold on. Let's not fight about statistics here. She's right. Year over year are up significantly. Month over month, they've gone down, but that's from their high, which occurred partly due to bird flu and other things.
Right. So let's be very clear.
Okay, I'm getting bored with CNN. I mean, look, we're winning. Just accept it. Okay? Scott Jennings, I commend you for going into that Lions Den every day. What's this here? More from CNN. Henry Enton, their famed pollster over there. What do we got? Reality check. Dems are way behind their 2006-2018 pace on the generic ballot at this point in the cycle. Ahead by only 2 points versus 7 points. Seat-by-seat analysis actually reveals more GOP pickup opportunities than Dems, very much unlike 2006 or 2018 at this point. Okay, well, that's what we need. We need to win the midterms. So, Henry Enton over there at CNN, breaking the bad news to the Democrats. Let's listen.
Particular point. The bottom line is this. Democrats are behind their 2006 and 2018 paces when it comes to the generic congressional ballot. What are we talking about here? All right, the Democrats versus the Republicans on the generic congressional ballot, the margins. Look at where we are now. Democrats are ahead, but by just 2 points. Look at where Democrats were already ahead by in 2017. They were behind by 7 points. How about 2005 on the generic congressional ballot? Ahead by 7 points, ahead by 7 points, and now they're only ahead by 2 points. Their lead is less than half of where it was in either 2017 or 2005 in July of those years, the year before the midterm election. Yes, Donald Trump may be unpopular, but Democrats have not come anywhere close to sealing the deal at this particular point.
Yeah, wave looks very different.
Yes.
All right, this is the generic ballot test. This is when you test people in a generic question. Of course, the House races aren't generic. There are 435 of them. What happens when you go race by race?
What happens when you go race by race? Well, it's the same idea. Okay, House seat ratings with a GOP president like back in 2005 and, of course, 2017. More net pickup seat chances. Well, last time around, look at that. Democrats were ahead by 33 seats. How about in 2005? Democrats were ahead by 7 seats. What's going on right now? It's actually Republicans Actually, Republicans with more net pickup chances at plus 12, according to the Cook Political Report, when you add in the likelies, the leans, and the toss-up races. So it's not just on the generic ballot where Democrats are behind their 2017 and 2005 pace. It's actually when it comes seat by seat, you see that at least at this particular point, Republicans actually have more net pickup opportunities. This doesn't look anything like those wave elections back in 2006 or 2018.
If it doesn't look anything like those years, what does it look like?
Okay, so what does it look like? Well, let's take a look back at the generic congressional ballot. What was going on in Ipsos in October of 2024? Democrats were ahead by 2 points. Look at where we are now. Democrats ahead by 2 points among registered voters. At this particular point, this election cycle looks a lot more like 2024 than it does than either 2018 or 2006. And so, of course, Republicans actually held onto the House back in 2024. Will it happen this time around? We'll just have to wait and see. But for anyone who's writing the Republican House's political obituaries, hold the phone. This is a reality check. Republicans are still very much in the game.
Yeah, baby, we in the game. You ain't going to stop us now. All right. Trump's huge tariffs gave America its first surplus in 20 years.
So it looks like Donald Trump's tariffs that everybody was losing their mind about in April are actually doing their job. Reports have come out that for the first time in over 20 years, the United States now has a surplus of over $26 billion. Donald Trump just put the tariffs on in April. And just so y'all can understand just how crazy this really is, allow me to elaborate. In May, we had a deficit of $316 billion. The following month, June, we had a surplus of $26 billion, which means we wiped out a deficit of $316 billion in 1 month, and we gained $26 billion. That's how good the tariffs are doing right now. Do you understand? And don't bother hearing about this on the mainstream media because you're not going to hear it. Trump has only been president for what, like 6 months? And he already has America with a $26 billion surplus? First one in over 20 years? That lets you think like, wait, why haven't we been doing this the entire time? Tariffs clearly are working. It's baffling, really, when you think about it. Like, we could have been doing tariffs this entire time, and America could have. So it looks like Donald Trump's tariffs that everybody was losing their mind.
Everyone's losing their mind over the tariffs. Oh, we're all going to die.
You said people going to die?
Yeah, Jar Jar. That's what they were saying. They really were saying that, Jar Jar. You know? But turned it all around because President Trump's on the case. We got some new information about some procedures over at the Energy Department looking at an environmental check on the impacts of proposed projects, new procedures.
Which is an environment. There's so many things that have to change to make things happen. And you point out a great one, NEPA. All of the agencies that have NEPA regulations, including my own, the Department of Energy, on July 1st, released new versions. This is what we expect you for NEPA. And it's back to the original intent of the law, which is an environmental check on the impacts of your proposed project, not an exhaustive study that can be sued and litigated for years and years. We've got to return common sense so we can build things in America again, and we're going to do it.
That's what we are doing. Here we have President Trump during the campaign. I promised I'd save Homer City Power Plant in Pennsylvania. Boom!
Homer City. You were in Pennsylvania yesterday. You unveiled $92 billion of investments. One of those jumped out, though, $15 billion in Homer City to build the largest natural gas power plant ever. I was at the rally where you told Homer City residents that you would not forget them when the biggest coal plant in Pennsylvania closed down. You delivered for them yesterday. What message do you have to those residents?
Well, I'm happy. Homer City, I was there, and I said, I'm going to produce something, I don't know what, because they had shut down this massive coal plant, one of the biggest in the country. And it was just purchased by the gentleman that you met yesterday, a very substantial man. I don't know if he's maybe not as substantial as you, I'm not sure. But he's pretty substantial. You know who I'm talking about. And they're going to spend billions of dollars on rebuilding it. And it's going to be the largest plant of its kind in the world, I believe, actually in the world, and it's going to be great. So we really fulfilled that promise to Homer City, but it's to Pennsylvania, basically. I won Pennsylvania, and very conclusively won Pennsylvania, so I owe them a big debt of gratitude, but thank you for bringing that up. We raised 92, it's actually going over 100, so it'll be over $100 billion to to be invested in Pennsylvania. It was Pennsylvania Energy Project. So everybody was there. Larry Fink was there. I mean, everybody was there and done a great job. The senator did a great job. And we're very proud. That was a great meeting yesterday. Thank you very much.
So you were in Pennsylvania yesterday.
All right. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. My final thought is next. So this is what victory looks like when you stop playing defense. While we're rightfully demanding Epstein answers and exposing shadow presidents, Trump is executing the greatest wealth transfer in history. From them to us. $100 billion in tariffs already, with the real tsunami hitting August 1st. $92 billion in Pennsylvania alone. The Homer City plant, Biden killed, resurrected with $15 billion in private money. Even Muslim royalty writing $17 billion checks to America. DOGE just on $10 billion in Pentagon waste. The Fentanyl Act, crushing cartels. Democrats polling worse than ever. This is not just winning, it's domination. They want us divided and distracted. Instead, we're getting rich while demanding justice. That is the Trump paradox. He drives us crazy that delivers results that makes the pain worth it. So here's your question. Is Trump's economic boom worth tolerating for what we should be seeing with Epstein? I know we all want answers. They're on the horizon. But just drop a yes or no in the comments below. Then you can grab some victory gear from our merch shop. Help us expose President Otto Penn. Hilarious t-shirt design. You got to see it. Go to the link in the description. Shop.nextnewsnetwork.com. You can see it for yourself. Or if you want to support the Alligator Alcatraz, the exclusive, all-inclusive new resort by Ron DeSantis down in Florida. Yeah, beautiful resort with its own moat and natural wildlife. You can support Alligator Alcatraz. Just go to the link, check it out. Trigger liberal today with our gear at shop.nextnewsnetwork.com.